There is absolute chaos in Washington, D.C. right now as 20 House Republicans from the Freedom Caucus are standing their ground against the GOP establishment. They are refusing to vote for Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. And as a result, for the 6th time in 2 days, the Speaker of the House has not been seated, as once again, Kevin McCarthy has failed. We saw it 3 times yesterday, and now we're seeing it 3 times today. This is something that hasn't happened in over 100 years, and it has certainly given Democrats some ammunition. They're taking shots. They're saying, look at the GOP. They can't even run their own party. You'd think they should run the country. Look at them. They can't get all their ducks in a row, blah, blah, blah. And sure, they can take those shots, but I, for one, am loving the fact that this is happening, that you have a group of people who are willing to stand up against the GOP establishment and even against Donald Trump himself, who Donald Trump is a main reason a lot of the people who are standing up right now are even in office. Donald Trump came out and supported Kevin McCarthy in a very strange statement this morning. That wasn't enough. That didn't move a single vote. And now, as we move on into the evening, we'll see if anything changes. But you can see here, House adjourns until 8 p.m. as deeply divided Republicans failed to elect U.S. Speaker on 6th ballot. The U.S. House plunged further into disarray as all House business stalled with lack of Speaker. The House Republicans flailed through the second day of multiple balloting on Wednesday, unable to elect Rep. Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker in 6 rounds, or to come up with a new strategy to end the political chaos that has tarnished the start of their new majority. And I guess it all depends on your perspective, to be honest with you. Has it tarnished it? Maybe. I'm sure it has. It tarnished it for the establishment. But when it comes to these Republicans who are standing up, led by Matt Gaetz, led by Lauren Boebert, led by Scott Perry, head of the Freedom Caucus, who is the one that nominated Byron Donalds from the great state of Florida in the last round of voting. Like, they are standing up against this because they know that Kevin McCarthy isn't going to do the things that a lot of Republicans want them to do. He's not going to tackle the border. He's not going to tackle January 6th. He's not going to tackle some of these things. Like, quite frankly, he's not going to tackle big tech. And so people are standing their ground. Inevitably, I don't know what's going to happen, right? I don't know what we're going to see. I do think that maybe it's next week or whatever it is. I think eventually we'll see Kevin McCarthy. Hopefully, that if that does happen, if inevitably Kevin McCarthy is elected, hopefully he does make some of those concessions that actually have to do with the well-being of Americans instead of just establishment interests. But the crazy thing that Donald Trump, this morning, after the 3 failed votes yesterday, comes out in a statement of support to back Kevin McCarthy. That was shocking to a lot of people, but it was more shocking when it didn't change a single thing. This is the statement that Trump came out with. Some really good conversations took place last night, and now it's time for all our great Republican House members to vote for Kevin, close the deal, take the victory, and watch crazy Nancy Pelosi fly back home to a very broken California, the only speaker in U.S. history to have lost the House twice. Republicans, do not turn a great triumph into a giant embarrassing defeat. It's time to celebrate. You deserve it. Kevin McCarthy will do a good job and maybe even a great job. Just watch. What was the result? Matt Gaetz, a big Trump guy, says pretty sad for Donald Trump to do something like that. Gaetz responds after Trump urges support of McCarthy. Sad. This changes neither my view of McCarthy nor Trump nor my vote. That is an embarrassment for Donald Trump, I think. Now, I would expect that if Kevin McCarthy calls you, which is what happened with Trump, I would expect that then Donald Trump would call Matt Gaetz, he'd call Lauren Boebert, he'd call these people that are holding out and say, hey, listen, I know you got your I know you have your feelings this way. He's going to do this for us. He's going to do this for us. He's going to do this for us. Go ahead and vote for him. And after that's agreed to, then Trump puts out this statement. But no, that's not what happened. He put out a statement clearly without talking to any of these people, assuming that it would, actually sway them one way or the other. And it did nothing. I think that really blew up in his face after that. We'll see what happens. The next vote is, tonight at some point in time, but there is no other way around it. This is an embarrassment for the establishment Republicans, an embarrassment for Kevin McCarthy, certainly. I don't know what the end result is. Byron Donalds, listen, he's getting some traction now. I love the fact that people know who Byron Donalds is. He's here in Florida, congressman from Florida. I don't really see any way so many of the establishment switches their votes to him. Is Kevin McCarthy going to make a deal with the Democrats? That has now been floated out. If he does that, what a cringe embarrassment he is. To go back on his word, make a deal with the Dems. Make a deal with the Dems. to get in power that way. Absolutely pathetic behavior from establishment Republicans, and now it's blowing up in everybody's face right now. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.